Land value and end sale value are two variables that can be challenging to estimate. Most property development costs, such as permit fees, professional services or the cost of borrowing, remain relatively static and are easy to estimate within a small margin of error. Valuing land is an important skill for any developer to master, since the price a developer pays for land plays a key role in profit margin. The price paid for land does not always determine the sale price achieving for the finished product. So, understanding how to value land is an essential first step in any property development project. One of the hardest things a developer must do is walk away from a deal that just doesn't stack up. He may have worked for weeks sketching out his vision or only have a passing interest in a property, but either way, understanding his walk-away price can give him confidence in his decisions. There are many approaches to valuing development land, including the market comparison and the residual valuation method. In this video I will dig a bit deeper to understand both and the circumstances in which they are used. Market comparison method is one of the easiest and most convenient methods to determine land value. The overall value of any property depends on several factors, including the value of surrounding properties. Land value can be established using the direct comparison method in 3 steps. Identify highest and best use of the site by examining location and demographics, regulation and planning zones. Assess recent transactions of similar land, considering characteristics such as locational attributes and amenities, neighborhood, size, shape, and topography. Adjust comparable sales values by comparing similarities and differences with the proposed land to determine its market value. The direct comparison approach assumes that a rational purchaser will pay no more for the land than he would for a similar one. The advantage of this method is that a final figure is easy to calculate and gives a good guide when analyzing similar projects on similar time frames. The disadvantage is that no development site is identical, making exact comparisons in most cases is impossible. Residual land valuation method is a technique for determining the value of some land based on its developed value. A residual method can determine what some undeveloped land is worth and how much should be paid for it. And this information is useful when negotiating with the seller. Let's say that a developer spots a prime parcel of land that he believes that it would make the perfect project. But there is nothing remotely comparable to this site in the area. How does he estimate the parcel's value, in order to make a reasonable offer? In this case he would look at the residual land value model. In simpler terms, residual refers to the amount remaining after all relevant costs of development and profit have been deducted. However, the residual method of valuation calculates the value of the land by taking the developed value and subtracting the price of developing it. Revenue minus costs, including developer's margin and excluding land, is equal to residual land value. The expected revenue is based on projected sales values from the completed development project. All the projected costs of the development, excluding land, are added to the required developer's margin. This combined figure is subtracted from projected revenue to provide an estimated value of the undeveloped land, referred to as the residual land value. This value helps the developer determine the maximum amount that could be paid for a parcel of land in order to achieve the required profit. While the residual land value method is a simple calculation, it arrives at a realistic value of the land, helps assessing a project's viability and compare options without the need to know the actual land value. The disadvantage of this method is that a detailed estimate of the expenses is needed in order to ensure gaining an accurate picture. Valuers can use a combination of methods, such as the market comparison method and the residual method, when determining the value of land. There are also 2 types of residual valuation: basic residual valuation and the discounted cash flow method, the latter of which is more complex. What tools can be helpful in making the best decision? To uncover deeper details about the project, the developer needs to depend on sophisticated software, like for example Argus Estate Master, in order to manage the development project with confidence and ease, from start to finish. He will be able to input more data to build a more accurate real estate feasibility study, allowing him to make confident financial decisions. If you have found this video useful, please like, share and subscribe for more videos and write your comments or questions.